It's your boy Fist in his house. Bring another great edition of Call of Duty for me, because that's what I do. Leading up to the Ghost reveal coming up August 14th, I will be live streaming right after that event to talk about the multiplayer. You want to check that out? I'm doing videos, doing the breakdown. But I wanted to do this series of videos, and I find it important as a person in the community, unlike other people in this community who have power, who have Call of Duty channels, who never criticize Call of Duty for nothing, and just want to leech off, the success of Call of Duty for their own gains. I wanted to show how, after 7 versions of Call of Duty on the Xbox, PC, PS4, PS3, whatever, that, we had significant changes. There's some pros, but most of the stuff, there's some significant cons over the time of Call of Duty that, even at this point in time, that still haven't been addressed. And I don't know if that's because of, not enough commentators making it a point and being criticized for complaining, or not telling the truth about the game, and maybe that's why the developers don't know any better. Or I could just be a naive, and they're not going to fix it regardless, and they're never going to fix things no matter who talks about it. But in either case, I want to point out these things, so when we get to see the Ghost reveal and I do the live stream and go over Ghost, we're going to talk about the pros and cons leading back to all these videos on all these Call of Duty different games that I cover over this week and a half leading up to the reveal, to explain to people so they could see visually for themselves. Look, this thing's been around since Call of Duty 2 and it still hasn't been fixed. Even the principle and the theory and some of the things that I want to point out in this game. So anyways, I will be doing part 2s to all of these videos on my Fist 2 channel. So if some of the stuff that I didn't cover, you want to go over there and check it out. Those are the things I'll cover. Now, Call of Duty 2 was released for the Xbox as a combo package. If you remember back in the day, I remember walking into Best Buy and I seen it on a display, and I'm like, oh, this comes with it. They sold 250,000 units the first week, because the fact is that Xbox, came, you could bought this with the console. It came with it, or you could just buy the straight core 20 gig Xbox at the time in November. And this was released with the Xbox 360. This is why this game had so much success. Now, a lot of reviewers, if you remember back in the day, like GamePro and a bunch of these other reviewers, gave it great reviews based on the 5.1 surround sound, the graphics that they took from the ID Tech 3 engine, and they put particles like snow and sand, and that was their whole thing. This is a Quake engine, and they modified it to Infinity Ward's 2.0 engine. Now you'll notice in this gameplay about the Call of Duty pros to this was great situational awareness sound. It had that. You could not run in this game. Obviously, you can see there's one-shot kills in this game. A very astounding thing that's in Call of Duty 2 that is basically gone backwards in the rest of the Call of Duty series, is from standing to prone, and turning while on your stomach has been completely eliminated in Black Ops 2 from this point. You can see the mini maps in the lower left hand corner. That's been changed from a compass. Obviously they were copying Halo. It's just like a little mini map, just showing dots and not really showing the map, and moving the fact that moving that map into the upper left hand corner. To me, I still think that the best place for the map that I've learned is from Battlefield 2 Modern Combat, and that's in the upper right hand corner, because most people up are center line viewing, and they'll look to the upper right hand corner. They did add the kill feed later, but the great thing about this Call of Duty 2 game was the fact that you could still go prone, you could turn on your stomach. The weapons were they could kill you when they needed to kill you, and those were the great things about Infinity Ward games. That see right there, you can go right straight into a down position, and this was important. And I think they've lost touch with this in all of the Call of Duty games, including Treyarch. And I don't think they understand that philosophy that if somebody's shooting at you with a one-shot weapon and the frames are so fast, there's nowhere to go. And it's important to be able to go from standing to prone in order to shoot somebody and then kill them real fast. Now, the great things about Call of Duty 2 was the fact that, like I said, they have great sound. Particle effects were nice. At the time, this game was a great game. But we're going to see how it is different to Call of Duty 3, which is Treyarch's next installment, and we will be comparing that game with Call of Duty 2. Now, here's the thing: it's still operating online, and just like all the rest of the Call of Duties, you know, there's some attention that needs to be given that is not given. It doesn't cost any money with Xbox Live to patch things. There's different types of weapons in this game. You got multiple one-shot rifles and SMGs. The smoke was amazing back then. You imagine, look how long the smoke lasted back in these Call of Duties, where you can actually use it to traverse areas. So, Call of Duty 2 was more of a joystick-based game. You know, it wasn't like you would take multiple hits and so on and so forth. You know, if you shoot somebody, they would die. That's it. It was mostly gun-on-gun gameplay. There was no kill streaks, straight-up gun-on-gun gameplay, and that's what a lot of people loved. And then when Call of Duty 3 got here, we will talk about that in the next video, and you can go over to the Fist 2 channel to see another gameplay of Call of Duty 2, and we'll continue the discussion there. And welcome to the very first series and up to the reveal. Until next time, it's your boy Fist. Peace. I'm out. Links below in the description.